All right, then. So, generally, what like, kind of the theme is, how do I get to the fun part? And the answer is really just do each little subsection 2 to 4 times more than you've been inclined to, and actually embracing this process for memorization that I'm talking about. And you're going to see that you're actually whizzing through your stuff, especially if you do things in the order that we're specifying. Like, I don't know, I think the exercises are actually harder than Little Wing, but we've got these exercises that we came up with where we're just going. So those are the 2 hard strings, and we're using the full fingers. And just be sure that you don't go like this after each one. That's what's happening for you subconsciously. You're like sucky thing, comfortable, but we're going to be staying in this position because we're playing blues riff, so we need to be able to do that. And again, just like we talked about last time, there's not a huge difference between classical position and thumb over top. We'll be more out in front of the instrument. When that becomes this, we can see our hand disappear behind the instrument, and then it just becomes a game of our second knuckle and above. And that's why this all feels so hard to reach versus just shaking hands with the guitar. Then you're more out in front of the instrument. That's where we're looking to play. Classical position, slight change. Classical position, slight change. Huge change. Arm up. Anyway, cool. So we're doing this. And again, middle finger and ring finger are attached to each other. The third string should seem fairly easy compared to the first 2 strings, as long as you actually keep those fingers in there. So no moving your thumb back. And you could go in any order you like. You could go. If you want to do it from easiest to hardest or whatever, but either way, that's the point of it. When I bend, I relax, I pull off. Oh, sure. So, cool. Here we are doing that. So it's just weird, as long as everything's a decisive movement. Main thing, keep your index finger actually pushing down. Your starting position is I'm pushing down with 3 fingers, all on the same string. Like this one, and this one. Then I move these 2, and this one just chills back there. That's a lot easier in this juxtaposition than this one. That's what we're looking on it. And then to kind of have a more more representations of why we're using our ring finger. It's like something where we design this little thing we're going to do on the 2 high strings, where we go the same thing we were doing, and then slide into pentatonic 2, and that's going to go. So we do our, then we go, which is just I'm here and then I'm on my index, and then our same in that position. So, but whatever you do, don't turn it into a song that goes like this the first several times you do it, and only the first several times you do it. Then, having learned to do the dance steps, you can actually dance. It'll take 500% longer the other way around. There we go. So we're just kind of outlining something you were working on your own with just like I'm here and then I'm there. And bending in pentatonic 2 is quite a bit easier because we're not spread out on the high strings. We're just in like the same juxtaposition we are on the 3rd string. So there we are, really. But that could just be what I'm going to have to do tomorrow with the calculus here. I had to mask his. Cool. Like, seriously. Pause. What did I do wrong? That's what you're thinking about this time. And just doing things 2 to 4 times more than you normally would. You see this thing with Roman numerals at the top of the page. Our entire approach to learning things is to break things into small sections and finish as we go. Also, not always starting at the top. If you've got the first thing down, you could be working on the second thing. It's like you learn the first thing, you learn the second thing. You could do both of them. You learn the third thing, then just work on the transition from the second thing to the third thing. Then do the whole thing. It's a really natural inclination to want to do the whole thing. And we don't mean 62 times or even 10 times. We mean like 3 times, 4 times. So yeah, just really try to DQ rhythm and stay in the conscious focus headspace. And this you're really going to start playing through this material a lot faster. We've seen these things happen during the lesson where you were like having a hard time with something, and then when the next part became the hard part, you all of a sudden started nailing the thing that was hard a moment ago. So just, think about this at home. It's all good. So we got, it's kind of written out a little shady, and what I just wrote is the same thing on the second string, too. We're going, or whatever, and then on that string, and then the third string, that's a lot less linear what you would do there. It also kind of wouldn't sound like the blues. So just on those two strings where we're working on our, like spread out thing. So don't go back like this. Don't go back like this. That's for a lot of other things. But here we're continuing on with more like slow long chords. Other thing we did was little one. We're up to the 11th fret. And it's all pentatonic too. There's actually like 5 notes in this solo. It's all 4 actually. It's all 3 actually. In terms of like it's here, here, and here. So we get and pick, pick, pick. So those are 2 different sections. Both those are fairly easy aside from this takes force. And then this part's easy. Not, but pick, pick. And then he goes pull off, index. So same finger once, we don't guess enough. So that was. Let's look at this big section 1. You're going to be sick of that before you move on. Then we get to this where we saw the most common instance where we actually do use our pinky on the high strings when we're doing blues licks, and it's because we're doing this thing where we like pin our pinky there and do things around it. But in this particular song, we don't actually do both of them together. He just goes, and then we're just right back to normal stuff. So. And then I guess that's where we left off. Or no, then he goes, no, that's just, right, so. And try to maybe make this the first thing that you approach the way I'm encouraging you to, and see if you don't finish really, really fast. We do other exercises. No, that's what we did. Then just work on your stuff from last time.